So last year in 2022, we had the release of two fragrances by the brand Kajal. We had Faris, which I did a video on, and we also have Almaz. Almaz is more on the fruity, sweet, gourmand, and vanilla side of things. I'm excited to finally be giving you my thoughts on this wonderful fragrance by the brand Kajal, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the 2022 release Almaz by Kajal, I'll tell you what I think of the smell, the performance, comparisons, longevity, so on and so forth. But before I begin, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you took something of value from today's episode. It would really mean a lot to me. Now, before I begin today's video, I do want to mention that if you're interested in checking out this fragrance, you may do so at Fragrapedia House. All of the links are going to be down below. They are not affiliate links. I do not make a commission off of it. Also, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid anything for this video. I just want to make it convenient for my subscribers to locate an authentic product if you are indeed looking for this from a reputable source online, and one that has great customer service and a wide variety of hard to find niche fragrances. Now, Faris is this wonderful bergamot and Broxton/ambergris lavender type of a fragrance. Has a professional quality about it, very easy to wear, mass appealing, kind of like a Dior Sauvage meets Legend by Montblanc, right? That's kind of the vibe that I got from it, but really, really nice fragrance, very high quality as well. Here we have one that's on the darker side of things and also on this sweeter side of things. You take a look at the note breakdown, there's Madagascan vanilla, there's raspberry, there's black currant, there's bergamot, sandalwood, musk, tonka bean as well. So a lot of really wonderful, full, even saccharine and gourmand ingredients. If you are a lover of gourmand perfumes, you're looking for something that's very fruity, milky, I think this is going to be up your alley. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell, but let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you're gonna get something that's really juicy and really fruity. And my first instinct, if I weren't looking at a note breakdown, I would have said, there's mango in here, right? It kind of has like this fleshy mango, juicy, saccharine, overripe, fruity quality about it. And having smelled fragrances like Angel Au Crassier by Thierry Mugler and also Cruz del Sur 2 by Xerjoff, those are heavy mango-based fragrances, and that's kind of what I was getting from this too. It's this very sweet, juicy, fruity, saccharine vibe that I'm getting from it. And then you look at the note breakdown, there's actually no mango, but there is raspberry, and certainly I am getting a lot of that juicy raspberry. That fruity vibe is so wonderful, and it marries the Madagascan vanilla and brown sugar accord that's residing in the base, and the combination of all those ingredients gives you this sweet, sugary quality that is kind of on the playful, youthful, and flirtatious side of things. But then you also have the musk, the sandalwood, and some other ingredients to really make it a bit more mature, right? So it's not this overly youthful cotton candy type of a sweetness. I know a lot of times when I mention saccharin, some people might get the impression that it'll smell like a Pink Sugar by Aquilina. It's not that sugary quality type of a fragrance, or even Cloud by Ariana Grande. So it never makes it to that kind of a youthful or puerile, juvenile quality. I think it's more on the sophisticated side of things. And in terms of the quality, speaking of the raw materials, I do perceive this fragrance to be of high quality. It doesn't smell nondescript or generic or artificial in any sense. It does actually smell quite nice. And you know, the blackcurrant in here also joins the musk in a rather nice way, because blackcurrant is actually not juicy or fruity or sweet. It actually gives off more of like an aromatic, perhaps even herbal and musky vibe, especially if we're talking cassis. And if you've smelled the raw material, you know the direction that it can go in. Ultimately, I think Faris is this wonderful, by the way, the name means knight, spelled with a K, K-N-I-G-H-T. It means knight, so it's a sort of chivalrous, gentlemanly type of a fragrance. This one is more youthful, party, flirtatious kind of a feel. but I really love this one. It is marketed as a unisex creation, and I do get this unisex appeal from it. I think it has enough of that fruity quality that a young woman might really enjoy this one, but I think there's enough of the sophisticated elements in here as well. There's a touch of orris or iris, and so that gives it a bit of a floral component. There's rose as well, but none of those ingredients are stronger than the raspberry, the vanilla, or the brown sugar. So it definitely has this juicy, sweet, fruity vibe that kind of dominates the composition. And of course, there are a lot of masculine fragrances or fragrances marketed for men that tend to be on the sweet side of things, albeit they do tend to use ingredients like tonka bean or cocoa, cacao, whatever, and fragrances like Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera. But in any case, here we have a wonderful fragrance, high quality, one that is kind of on the youthful, more playful, flirtatious side of things, and I just think it's very wonderfully done, and at times it does remind me of the smell of a mango. So try it for yourself and see if you agree with me. It's not in the note breakdown, so I was a little disheartened. I thought that I picked up on a note that would have been in there, but in any case, it does have this sweet fruity appeal that I think is very versatile, very likable, and has mass appeal to it as well. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I do want to mention that this one is unique. I tried to compare it to some other fragrances. The only two that came to mind were Angel Au Crassier by Mugler and Cruz del Sur 2 by Xerjoff. But this one does its own thing, right? So this one does go fruity in a few different directions, and perhaps it's even a bit sweeter on account of the vanilla and the brown sugar than those two other fragrances that I mentioned. So it is unique, very easy to get along with, but I think it is a matter of personal taste. So if you're not a fan of sweet, fruity fragrances, chances are you might not like this one. So try it for yourself and see if you end up really enjoying this one. I hope you do, at least. Longevity on this one was a solid 8 to 9 hours. Really great performer. There's another Kajal that lasts like 24 hours on my skin. That's Dahab. That's probably the strongest Kajal that I've ever tried. So their fragrances do last a very long time, even for Reese, which tends to be on the lighter side of things. In terms of the projection, fantastic for the first hour and a half of application. It did radiate slightly beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 7, a skin scent right around hours 9 or 10. So the longevity is pretty good on this one. In terms of the versatility, I think this one is perfectly unisex. It'll probably appeal to a younger demographic. This one is great for the colder weather. I would say any season except for the summertime and the high heat of summer, it might not do as well. And I think this one can be worn formally or casually. In terms of the presentation, I think it's gorgeous with the green accents and the sort of crystals on the cap here. It's very ornate. My final verdict on this fragrance is if you are looking for a sweet, musky, fruity, vanillic, sugary fragrance that is highly versatile, great for tempered climates, nothing too hot, definitely check out Almaz by Kajal. I think it's a wonderful release. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this review, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be up to date whenever I do upload these videos, and I upload on a daily basis. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Once again, this fragrance is available at Fragrapedia House. Links are going to be down below. Thank you again so much for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.